What's up, guys? In preparation for the review of the MG3 Tripod Adapter for the Browning 1919A4 from beltfedshooters.com, I thought I'd give you guys a rundown of the tripod itself, and that's what this video is pretty much about. In my opinion, one of the coolest parts of the MG3 ground mount or Lafette tripod is the fact that it has a recoil compensation system already built into it. As the gun recoils, these springs they compensate and adjust the recoil of the gun into, or they distribute the recoil of the gun into the tripod itself. And in the case of the Browning, if it's mounted on here correctly, it'll increase the rate of fire. So that's at the rear. You'll notice the trigger actuator. This is this little lever here. So if you press down, this little lever actually actuates here and pulls the trigger. You see that little bar moving? Now, if the MG3 or the MG42 or the MG34 was mounted on this tripod, the trigger is actually here. In the case of the Browning, the trigger's back here, that's why you need the adapter that I was talking about, and you'll see that as I shoot that video. This is the optic. It's included. And I don't know if you can see anything, but there's the reticle. That's my pillow on the couch over there. I'm not sure if this the optic will be functional with the Browning mounted on there, but I'm definitely going to give it a whirl at the range. I'll try to explore that a little bit. I have converted the gun to 8mm, so I don't know. It'll be pretty close. We'll see. As you can also see, there's an integrated traverse and elevation mechanism. The lateral movement is on this bar. You can lock those. You can lock that in place by sliding these clips over and locking them down. The actual T&E, you just rotate it as you want to increase your range. The marks are also in meters. Let's see if I can get a good shot of that. There you go. Now, of course, if you want to lock it in place, you can see the angle has increased. So you can lock it in place. These are arresting bars. This is a set screw right there. If you want to lock it in place, just press down on it like that, and now it's locked. Another kind of cool feature has a level that's built into it. The tripod that I have, the level is actually broken. This little bubble is actually cracked out, but I'm going to replace that. So that's kind of nice. You want to make sure your tripod is on a level surface, but if it's not, you can always adjust each one of these, each one of the legs independently. Just press in and adjust accordingly on both sides, and then in the front, you've got a vertical adjustment, just like on the back. And then it actually telescopes on the front as well. In the middle is actually where you put the optics. This is an optics case that's integrated as well. Some desiccant in there. And it's all watertight with an O-ring seal. And of course, last but not least, if you're mounting an MG3, MG42, or MG34, specifically in the case of the MG3 and the MG42, you have a brass deflector that's built in because the brass is really coming out of there pretty quick and it's hot. this keeps the brass out of the way of the operator, so that's pretty cool. And as far as attaching the adapter, you'll see this when I do the video as well, but there's a little lever on here that just locks the gun in place, or the adapter in place in the case of the Browning. As far as teardown is concerned, it's really straightforward, and it's all contained. You don't have any extra loose parts laying around, so that's pretty cool. Step one would be to just remove the optic by turning that counterclockwise. Slide the optic out. So I have to do this one-handed. And put our optic in. Like so. There's actually a, where I put it, here's a lens cover. I'm just going to throw that in there. Like so. We're ready to go on the optic. Pull out on the trigger extension and rotate it forward. Just like that. Unlock the T&E and slide it all the way down. Until it sits. There we go. And the rest of the disassembly I'm going to do in stop motion. All you need to know is that the disassembly is basically this. You press in on each of these. That unlocks those teeth and allows you to move each of the arms, or the legs I should say. And there you have a collapsed MG3 Lafette Tripod. The box here is the illumination kit for the optic, and it's basically a battery with a cable and a switch to illuminate it for use at night. And like I said, here's the pad that goes in the small of your back, and the straps to carry it as a backpack. The whole thing weighs about 40 pounds, so it's pretty heavy. But if you want a really nice stable mount to use with an MG3, MG42, MG34, or a Browning 1919, pretty much anything that you can make an adapter for, or you can purchase an adapter for this tripod, I highly recommend this mount. Really stable, really versatile, easy to find usually. They're getting harder to find, but it's a great overall use, extremely versatile tripod, and it will increase the rate of fire on a Browning weapon. I do know that for sure. Stay tuned for the review of the MG3 adapter from beltfedshooters.com.